Hey everyone, this is Pete Ahart, the athletic director over at Kinder High School. I wanted to go through a quick video here of what to expect here coming starting in January with winter sports, and provide you with the most up-to-date information that we have. Please keep in mind as I go through this video that this information has been updated daily, and we'll try to get you updates as soon as possible. I would say the best bet is to continue to check back at our athletics webpage very frequently to check on start dates and specific updates that you need to have. But I'm going to go through this video quickly. Feel free to pause it, as some of the sections I won't hit on as long as you could potentially like. So be ready to hit that pause button and reach out to me with any questions. Again, my name is Pete Ahart, the athletic director over at Kinder High School. There's my contact information if you need to get a hold of me. Practices begin for bowling on January 4th. And then all other winter sports, cheer, basketball, and wrestling have a TBD date. We'll let you know as soon as we hear. Fall sports and spring sports are there as well. Those are anticipatory start dates too. Family ID, please sign up on Family ID as soon as possible. This gets coaches the rosters and the physical information so we can make sure all the kids have the updated physical. And here's the physical information that we need. Kids do need an updated physical starting here in the winter sports. For winter sports, that physical is good within 1 year. If you think you've had your child has had a physical within the past year, please have that faxed over to the school to the high school nurse, and we'll verify those dates so we can get the student playing on the team. Schedule Galaxy is going to be important, especially now with the ever-changing updates in the schedule. So please pay attention to Schedule Galaxy. Go to the website and start looking at the schedules that are out. We've been inputting schedules and dates and times in as we get them. And again, like I said, we'll update that as we need to throughout the year. And that'll be the most up-to-date, the only place to find your schedule online. Concussion protocol. We have two trainers, Colby and Aaron, that work with our concussion protocol. So if your child sustains a concussion here at school, whether that's during PE class or a sport, they will be in contact with you and have a quick video from Colby describing that process.
Hello, parents, coaches, and athletes. A concussion is a brain injury that can happen in any sport or even a non-sport related situation, and the person doesn't even have to hit their head to sustain a concussion. Here in Kinder, we utilize the impact concussion testing system, similarly as do the NFL, NBA, colleges, and universities. Our students are tested in the 7th grade and retested in 10th grade to obtain a baseline or healthy snapshot of the brain's ability to function. Then, if a concussion is suspected, we retest the student, and along with other medical assessments, a diagnosis is made. A student athlete is required by the New York State High School Athletic Association to also be diagnosed and then ultimately released by a medical doctor. It cannot be a nurse practitioner or physician's assistant, unfortunately. If a student is diagnosed as having sustained a concussion, they are required to stay out of any practice, games, phys ed, and activities until a medical doctor has directed that they can either begin the return to play protocol or begin moderate exercise under the direction of an athletic trainer to determine if they are healed sufficiently to then begin the return to play process. Please remember, this is a protocol for your child's safety. It is not a punishment and should not be viewed as such. You only have one brain and one life. And as a medical professionals, it is our job to look out for one's health and safety and abide by all guidelines as set forth by the New York State High School Athletic Association.
All right, thank you, Colby. On the next slide here,
Hello, parents.
On the next slide, we have some of our code of conduct, our student handbook information here. You do sign up as a parent. You attest to these things in the code of conduct, in the student handbook when you sign up through Family ID. So please know what's in the student handbook, the code of conduct. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Here's some player development information that we see to in the athletic department here, and we'll go into that in the next slide a little bit. But at first, I want to hit on the second bullet point there: high school sports, travel athletics, AAU, and outside organizations. Just recently, NISFA, New York State Public High School Athletic Association, has regulated that no student can participate in an outside organization at the same time they're also participating in a school sport. Again, this to limit the transmission of COVID, and that is a NISFA regulation. If you have any questions about that, please reach out. Player development at the modified level, you can read what we see it as looking like here in our athletic department, as well as the JV level, and then on up to varsity. And at the time the kids are up to varsity, you can see, not all athletes play the same amount of time. So if you have any questions about that, ask your coach or ask myself. Parents are key players. Sportsmanship is going to remain priority number one here, even though we don't have spectators on campus for any winter activities or winter contests. You still are expected to demonstrate proper sportsmanship. So there's a quick video on that. Chain of communication. If a problem arises, the first step is to communicate and speaking with a coach, and then we'll take it from there. If you come to me with a request or a concern, I'm going to ask if you've had spoken to the coach. That'll be my first question, because it should start with the coach, as they have all the information needed to help solve that problem. So reach out to the coach first. Additionally, one last thing to this video is right now we are working on live streaming our home events here in the high school that take place in the high school for the winter season. So the basketball games will be live streamed, and please continue to check back at our website for updates on that, because there will be a URL linked directly to that live camera for game days when game days do happen, and they'll be for home contests only. Otherwise, like I said before, there's a lot of information that's changing. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or have any concerns. But the biggest thing right now is get signed up and get a physical for the winter sports. All right, let's have a great winter season, everyone. Thanks.